Ladies and gentlemen, every once in a while you have the opportunity to meet somebody, and you know right away, within a few minutes of meeting them, they are somebody that's going places. The first time I met our presenter today, Dr. Bucky Dodd, was a few years ago, and he and my ex-wife were co-workers. And he said a number of really brilliant things. Left the room, and he had been a graduate, essentially, of a graduate program that I was just beginning. And I turned to her and I remarked, "You are going to call that man boss someday. You may both be at the same level in the organization. He is going to advance. He's going to impress. He's got great communication skills. He's on the leading edge of educational technology." My pleasure to hand the microphone over to Dr. Bucky Dodd. Dr. Bucky Dodd is a graduate in educational leadership and policy studies from OSU Stillwater in 2013, and he is the CEO and consultant of Clear Kinetic. And I've known him to be on the leading edge of educational technology for at least the last 20 years.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm only 19 years old though, so. All right, well, so we're gonna have a lot of fun today. You will see a lot of paper and pens and interesting cards at your table. So as the title suggested, this is kind of a hackathon, and if you've ever seen or been a part of a hackathon, they can get really creative, right? And so I want you to kind of set the expectation up front that I'm not going to be talking a lot, I'm not going to be lecturing a lot, but we're going to be learning together and learning and creating together. So we're going to focus today on designing micro-credentials. In the afternoon, we're actually going to do another hackathon that's focused on promoting and marketing those. But today we're going to focus on building them. And I'm going to kind of guide us through this process that will use kind of experience to practice designing. So through the process, I will add a little bit of insight and color about how we might design and strategies for doing that effectively. But we're going to use the process of active learning to do that. So with that in mind, if you want to grab the QR code, we're going to be using this as we go throughout. I'll give you just a second to do that. This is a Mentimeter, so you'll be able to see that advance and go forward. But we'll get us started here in just a moment as soon as everyone does that. All right, so how does a hackathon work, or at least how does this hackathon work? So in a moment, I'm going to give you a design challenge, so a problem, if you will, right? And we are going to use that. You're going to have 25 minutes in your group to design a solution, a micro-credential, for that design challenge. Now, there is not one right way or wrong way to do this. You can be creative. You can get really out-of-the-box thinking, and that's part of the learning process, right? There are very few constraints, and I'll show you where those constraints are here in a moment. I'm going to give you a design kit, and you'll see those on your tables there. Those are the tools that you'll use to actually build the micro-credential, okay? So in a matter of 20 minutes, you'll have a rough sketch of one, and I've got an example that I have laid out over there. Once we do that, I'm going to give you 60 seconds as a group, so you might have to decide who this is, to pitch your micro-credential concept to the rest of us, okay? So then, this is where the fun comes in. You'll see these wonderfully stacked trophies over here. These, I got these on Amazon. They got a pack of 18 of them for like $5 or something like that. But someone in this room, or some team in this room, will be the proud owner of that trophy, right? Or one of the trophies, right? And the concept of the group will actually pick the winner, right? So we'll do a little voting on here and be able to do that. So sound like fun? Okay. All right. So, but first, you need an awesome team name. Okay. So what I'm asking you to do, one person at each table, I want you to use the QR code and put your team name in. So you only need to do one person at each table, but you need to come up with an awesome name for your team.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. And it cannot be team number 1, team number 2. Just one person from your group, yeah, because I'm going to actually go and add those in a second.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like this is blank here.
Yeah, we've got the Golden Girls. Who's the Golden Girls? Oh, all right, very good. Should have a couple more. Are we debating? What's that? Does everyone have your Duran? Is that right? All right, I love Duran. All right, so we should have, what, I see Duran coming in. All right, we have two more groups. Are you got your names?
I'm sorry.
Get your name?
We are 95% there.
Okay. Is that true? Okay, all right. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get your name. The Chaotic Creators. I love that. Here for the Chaotic Creators. We have a lot of alliteration going on today, right? We'll see if yours continues to alliteration. I'm on the edge of my seat. Winner's mindset. All right, I love it. Okay, so there's our team names. You are about to embark on the hackathon here. So let's talk about your design kit. So on your tables, you have a little package of cards. These are your design cards. Everyone see those? They're on your whiteboard there. If you don't have numbers that match up to this, I've been instructed to actually tell my daughter, who is on the edge of her seat right now, that I said, if you mess this up, the whole presentation goes down in tubes, right? So she's at school really nervous right now. I told her it's 11 o'clock. So you should have 3 competencies in your kit. You will have, you can use up to 3 evidence cards. You don't have to use them all. You have 1 recognition, so this would be like a digital badge. Your evidence are going to be like your assessment artifacts, right? So someone would create your competencies, your knowledge, skills, abilities, or attitudes that you want people to learn, okay? Then you have a program. You have 1 program card. So this is how you're going to kind of package things together. You're going to deliver it to your audience. And then you're going to have 2 course cards. So this can be curriculum or courses that are a part of that program. Does that make sense? So you have these pieces. Now, in the real world, you could get really creative. You could go beyond this, but I'm giving you some design constraints. So we're kind of on a level competitive playing field here, right? You know? So what you're going to do then is you're going to assemble, use your design kit. You're going to have all these pieces here, and you are going to assemble it into a diagram that looks something like this, okay? And I will kind of have this around, so if you want to look at it or compare, as you go about doing it. But essentially, you're going to start off, how to be a guitar rock hero, so and especially an 80s guitar rock hero is what I put on here. So what you could do is actually have the start of the program over here, how to become a hero, guitar hero. You might have a couple of courses like music theory of rock guitar or applied rock guitar solos. And then you might have some competencies that go into that, right? So things like how to play guitar riff, how to compare common approaches to guitar riffs, or identifying music theories in guitar riffs, right? So those are your competencies that kind of fit up in there, right? There's knowledge, there's skills that go to it. And then all those sort of things are going to come to this evidence, and that's like you got to have a live guitar performance, right? You're going to shred the guitar, the solo, right? And then at the end of that, once you've have the rock guitar solo, then there would be the digital badge that you are a guitar riff guru digital badge. Okay, does that make sense? So this is not the challenge that you're going to be doing, but it's kind of fun. It illustrates what is there. Okay? Any questions about kind of how you lay it out? You can do it a lot of different ways too. Yes?
I do. So are we aiming for a micro-credential or a major endeavor?
Yeah, so it can be, it's going to be a micro-credential,
So that
right?
could be more like how to tune a guitar.
That's right. That's exactly right. So this, you got to tune the car. That could be actually a competency, or in that case, if you want to observe someone tuning the guitar, that could be an evidence of that. Yeah.
Did your daughter help you with that?
No, I did this. This is my terrible handwriting. So that right here. So this one is the course. So let's say we had an applied rock guitar solo course. And then we had a music theory of rock guitar. And so these are essentially mapping up your learning objectives to that, your competence. 2 courses that fit into a program.
And then those are the learning objectives.
Yeah, your learning objectives are the competencies you're teaching. Yeah, great question. That makes sense? All right, I like it. We're ready. We're ready. Okay, Babylon, right? So I'll be around to help. You do get points deducted if I have to help you, but well, that's okay. So, you ready for the challenge? Okay, so here it goes. Your team's challenge is to design a micro-credential that equips people with the competencies to maintain electric vehicles. Uh-oh, do we have
We have a ringer, he's on OETA.
What? Oh my, okay, all right, well,
That's all right.
okay, we'll see.
I'm not a mechanic, though.
Oh, okay, all right. And then the micro-credential should be efficient, accessible, and practical for diverse audiences, including students, community members, and business leaders. So that's a little kind of context, okay? So what you have your cards. You'll also notice a little kind of strip of stickies here. If you peel these off, you can stick them on the paper, right? And they're movable, so they're kind of, think about them like a sticky note almost, right? Okay, so with that, that's the challenge. I'm going to queue us up 25 minutes. I'll be around, and feel free to design, create. If you need other cards, like if you say we don't like that idea, we're throwing it away, just let me know. I've got plenty of supplies here. And once you do that, we're going to pitch the idea, and then we're going to vote, and then we will do an awards ceremony for the plastic trophies. So, sound good? All right, excellent. Well, let's get started. I'm going to put 25 minutes on the clock, and then we will come back together.
I don't know.
I'll give you a little tip as we're coming into home plate here. We got about
Demonstrate.
7 minutes or so. So you want to make sure, if you're designing micro-credentials, you want to make sure you have a clear and compelling badge name, your recognition, right? And that's often what people really sort of gravitate to. So as you're thinking about your design, you also want to think about a badge name that has a little bit of an edge to it, right?
It's got to be catchy, though, too, right? I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to kind of be creative. It's got to be clear, right? So you know what it is. Like guitar guru, right? I mean, that's kind of, you're going to be an awesome guitar player. It's got kind of a playfulness to it. But no, you're on your feet, right? You know what kind of
Ooh, I love that. I'm always trying.
What was that?
We should have done other levels so we can distinguish.
Champion.
Yes, additions on there.
It is the, yeah, I bet you
Oh.
these are to get right. It's technically the BEB. But you got now, then you can put up the butterfly generated. Make sure it's that.
There you go.
Here's some of that. What is that?
So, extra points, well, not really, but extra points if you want to draw a concept for your badge on your paper.
Ooh, so right on here.
I was trying to
You can draw one.
I would draw it under drawings, but I'm a district person. I can try it first on the computer.
Here's some TV icons.
They draw something on the paper. Can we put that on the paper?
I didn't bring my backpack in.
That's like. Oh, but it's not really.
Extra credit.
It looks like each group has got a structure. If you are, you want to make sure the items are connected there so we see the flow. And also be sure that you have voluntold your very best spokesperson, right? Because remember, there's two parts to this, right? There's the design of the micro-credential, and then there's how well you sell it, right? Okay, we're coming down to the final minute here.
I have Curtis mine.
Okay, all right, so who, do we have any volunteers ready to go first? Okay, all right, very good.
Ian, I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Now, don't vote yet, right? We've got to see who there is, but, all right.
Let us know.
You got 60 seconds, I'll put the timer up, okay?
Okay, welcoming you to Next Level EV. And our recognition that we're getting to is being an EV champion. We all want to be champions, and this is how you do it. You're going to start off with our program, which is called Caring for Electric Vehicles, Caring for EV. And yes, so we broke those up in two different courses. One deals with you, the other deals with the public and how we all connect back together. So EV 101, maintaining energy source. And we have a competency over here, two parts, lower level of Bloom's taxonomy. First one being identify your parts. Second one being understanding energy sources so that we don't blow ourselves up. It's gonna be good, we like it. Okay, so the next one is we're gonna deal with the public. How am I doing on time? 20 seconds. EV, public transport, public transport and beyond, taking off with EV 102. And the two different competencies we have over here, describing various parts, and also various public transport systems, whether it's trains, planes, or automobiles. And we're gonna go over here to our evidence, which is gonna be part one, service learning, part two, training and training models. Since we're dealing with the public, we are gonna jump back out there. EV champion is gonna be your badge. You are an EV champion now. And although it's your lab, please come sit in the car, drive away, but sit still. That's our logo, our motto.
The winner's mindset, ladies and gentlemen.
The winner's mindset. Thank you so much.
Excellent, fantastic.
All right.
Oh,
So you're the timekeeper.
I am, I'm gonna put the time right up here.
Oh,
it should, there should be
We
sticky
want
on
to
the
see
back of
you
it.
lower it. Okay, there we go.
All right, you ready?
Amen. Okay, the future is now. You all know that there's a lot of ICE vehicles out there, internal combustion vehicles, but now 40% growth rate worldwide with EVs. This is going to be a credential that is going to be, you're going to have a job right away. You're going to have a job paying 6 figures just by taking our credential, EV maintenance. So the things that you're going to have competencies on are basic auto maintenance because, you know what, there's not much to do on an EV. You need to know how to change the windshield wiper fluid, check the tires for a bit. It's great. So you need basic maintenance. And then you need to know when to go for help. Okay, so there's certain things about an EV that are high voltage. You need to know when to go for help. It's another competency. And then you need to understand just basic, what's the difference between an ICE vehicle and an EV vehicle? So you can deal with the public on that. So the courses that we're going to have is basic auto maintenance and EV theory. So we're going to look at electrical basic theory. How we're going to test that? We're going to have a performance assessment. You're going to have to go around your car. You're going to have to be able to demonstrate that you can change windshield wiper fluids. You can change windshield wipers. You can do those cabin filter changes, so that basic maintenance. The other thing we're going to have is an assessment. So you're going to have just a real quick test on basic electrical theory, and then you will get your badge as an EV champ. I'm going to give you lots of money.
EV champ, Durant.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Gotta go over.
I love it, great.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome, who's next?
We'll go.
Oh, okay, we'll go right here, then you all get to bring us home, right?
Okay.
Hey, go for it.
So, Teslas keep blowing up and catching fire. Is bad design or bad maintenance? We have a solution for that. If you come through our program on electrical automotive engineering, we will, A, train you on energy storage and high voltage systems. That's your first class. Then you will actually go through an electrical automotive technician practicum, where you will get hands-on experience maintaining and repairing electrical vehicles. With this, we have 3 core competencies. We want you to know the safe and appropriate use of tools and diagnostics. We want you to have an understanding of the application of EPA and state regulations. And we want you to demonstrate an understanding of repair and maintenance through hands-on tasks in your courses. As evidence of this, you will have a completion of a vehicle safety report. So you will go through your electric vehicle and put a report on it. You will safely and appropriately maintain an electric vehicle. You will obtain an appropriate technician certification if it's available. And you will come out of it with the Bug-Eyed Monster badge. Basic electrical vehicle maintenance.
I love it. The chaotic creators. It's the chaotic creators. That's right. All right. Who's first? That is fantastic. Excellent job.
I know, but you hear about it.
Yeah, I know, you're right. It makes the news.
It's a low incidence, high impact.
We're going to explore EVs as beginners. So our program is to just explore EVs. So we're gonna know the difference between electronic engine or electric engines and normal gas engines. We're going to know how the battery operates in the EVs, and then value the EV in our environment that we're in. So our courses are going to be first just a course about electric vehicles, and then we're going to have a course on the impacts of the EV on the environment. And then our evidence or our activities that we would do is we would do maybe a virtual tour of a, where they have to like identify the different pieces and the differences between an electric and a gas vehicle, and then complete simulations of a battery maintenance operation, and then maybe some kind of financial budget that shows the difference between your gas money savings when you have an EV. And so you'll get an EV excellence badge.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you. Wonderful. Fantastic. So we are now down to the most important part of today. So let Kelly kind of get back and get ready. So here's what you need to do. You should have access to that QR code. And I want you to vote for your favorite. Now, I guess you can vote for yourself, but I mean, you know, show some love amongst the colleagues, right? You know, so. All right, up. There we go. Chaotic creators in the lead. Up, Golden Girls, Winner's Mindset, Durant. Uh-oh. I don't know what I'm going to do if we have a tie. That's right. Oh, let's see here. Oh. Okay. Or do we have everyone? How does it work?
For some reason,
Is anyone still voting?
my family came through.
Okay.
4 seconds.
All right. We'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The winner's mindset. So, Melissa, I know you had your eye on these trophies. I know. So, they are the proud winners of the micro-credential trophies. Let me make sure we get the picture of those. Yes. All right, give them a hand. Okay, all right, so the 30-second wrap up. First of all, I hope you had fun, right? Because this work is fun. It's having an impact on not only the process, but the opportunities that it enables for people. And so as you continue to embark on different ways to create curriculum to meet needs in your community and the people that you serve, I hope that you will take some of the skills and experience that you learned today to be able to do that. So if you want to keep doing this, we're going to have another one this afternoon where we're going to focus on promoting micro-credentials. differentials, right? So it's enough to build them, but now we also have to talk about them, right? And so that's going to be our next extension of that piece as well. So with that, I don't want to stand between anyone and lunch, and you all have the sort of distinct advantage of being within the room. I can just sort of start lecturing while you all get lunch, and then they can all come in and do that. But anyway, I hope you all had fun. It was such a great time spending some time with you, and we'll talk next time, all right?